Hey, my light's on. Hey, thank you for joining me tonight. It is 9:30 on a Sunday evening, and I am live with you. Hey, if my Browns fans are out there joining me, please feel free to comment all you want. This is the Burning River Browns Talk. This is part of the Fanatical Elves Network, a subsidiary of the Fans First Sports Network. I am Lou Marconi at lmarconi251 on Instagram, at El Marconi 1973 on X. Thank you so much for joining me. I greatly appreciate it. The Fanatical Elves greatly appreciate it. Please like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. There's a lot of great people that do a lot of great Browns content on the Fanatical Elves Network. Check it out. All you want, man. Greatly appreciate it. Thanks for coming on. Got some stuff to get to. It is NFL Draft Week. Yep, getting a jump on it. We are I think today is exactly the 21st. So we're about 4 days away from the draft. It'll be on the 25th. That is round one. I hope to join the rest of the Fanatical Elves people that Thursday night. Also, we have the Friday night show, which I will be going live with Sherry and a group of other Browns fans for a marathon show that would be starting at 7 p.m. on Friday. So we got that going on. But without any further ado, I need to take a pause for our sponsors right now. Okay, we're back. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Okay, let's talk about this. We talk all Cleveland sports on here too. There was a big win by the Cavaliers yesterday. Yesterday afternoon, I just dropped an article that I wrote covering the Cavaliers. Love it. And also the Cleveland baseball team, which I refuse to call them by any other name but the Indians. 16 wins. They have the most Major League Baseball wins right now. They came out, they're starting out hot. Let's see how they maintain it throughout the season. But let's start talking about draft week. Look, just so you know, um, I'm 50 years old. I've been seeing a lot of NFL drafts since I was a teenager, watching them, especially when we started getting cable. Hey, Friday night should be a fun night, Steve. Thank you. Much appreciated, my man. All right. Thanks for the comment. Been watching a lot of drafts, been seeing a lot, bit one year after another. The one thing you learn when you're coming up to the days of the draft. Thank you, D. Thank you. Thank you for the comment, D. I love it. All right. This going up to the draft. What everything you hear now, especially the last week, it's all bullshit. None of it's true. Smoke and mirrors. So I would say leading up to just about the day of the draft, just about maybe the morning of the draft. 'Cause I remember going back to 2018. It wasn't until that morning when you heard the name Baker Mayfield for the number one overall pick by the Cleveland Browns in that draft. So I would definitely say it is more than likely you have no idea what the Browns are going to do at pick 54. You really don't. Well, a lot can happen between pick 1 and pick 53. It all depends on who's there. So I get asked all the time, who do you think they're taking? I had a couple players in mind that I thought would be a good place or good spot for him. One player I think would be excellent if he falls that far, which I doubt he will, but it would be great if he did, was Texas A&M linebacker Edgerrin Cooper. Fills a need for the team. He is fantastic. He's a first round talent. Andrew Berry has a way of finding first round talent later on in the draft. Maybe he can do it for a third year in a row. He did it with Martin Emerson. He did it with DeJuan Jones. Maybe he can do it again if Edgerrin Cooper's there. If not, I think another guy who I think definitely will be there, Braden Fiske, the defensive tackle from Florida State. I think he'll be there. I'm hearing things about left tackle, drafting a tackle to develop behind the two other ones that are Jack Conklin, who's been hurt a lot. He's 28, got a big contract, and Jedrick Wills, who's on the last year of his rookie contract. So more than likely, I could see the second day of the draft a offensive tackle being taken. I think Agagaji, the tackle out of Yale, would be a good candidate for that. So right now, you really don't know. You got to sit down and watch. That's what you got to do. So let's talk some Cavaliers basketball right now. That was a game yesterday. That was fun. I put in my article last year when they played the Knicks in the first round, they were outplayed and they were physically beat up in that series. They lost the series in 5 games. Looks like Orlando thought they could replicate what the Knicks did last year, or at least that's what they tried to do. And the Cavaliers, being a much more experienced team, learning from that experience last year, wasn't having any of it. The better team in this series versus the Orlando Magic is it's the Cleveland Cavaliers. Hands down, they're the better team. I think they should win the series in 5 or 6 games, and I'm going to be entertained to watch it. I think winning tomorrow night would be a great step in that right direction. Take care of business at home. That's all you really have to do. And probably win one in Orlando, which they probably can. I could see them maybe losing 1 or 2 games in this series, but not a big deal. And this would be monumental for the franchise. And what I mean by that is without LeBron James, the first time this team made the playoffs without LeBron James since 1998, okay, was last year. They just made the playoffs 2 years in a row without LeBron James. The last time this team won a playoff series without LeBron James was 1993 when they beat the New Jersey Nets. They're now the Brooklyn Nets. At the time, they were the New Jersey Nets. They lost in the second round to the eventual world champion Chicago Bulls when Michael Jordan was playing for them. That was in 93. 1998, they lost in the first round to the Indiana Pacers, and that was a 5 game series. I think they lost it. They lost it in 4 games. That was the way it was back then. So we just really, the franchise has not had much to go on with or go with without LeBron. But now this is the post LeBron era. They've done a very good job of putting together a very talented young team that they could have a season like this where they get to the second round of the playoffs at the very minimum, maybe even to the Eastern Conference Finals. But that just depends on who the matchup is in the second round. It could be tough. It could be very tough. We could be playing Boston. We could be playing New York, which would be tough. New York is not a good matchup for us. It's just not. Sherry, thank you for joining me. Thank you. You're here, Dee's here, and Steve's here. All my fans are here. Oh, nice. She's flexing. I'll keep my shirt on. Don't worry. So back to it. Let's worry about the second round when we get there. Let's get past the Magic first and let's see how it goes. So that's it. Oh, yes. And Cleveland Indians doing great. Keep it up, guys. I like to see it maintained. I haven't seen a hot start like this since 1995 when they won the pennant. I did see on ESPN today the team with the highest percentage chance of winning the American League was Cleveland at 7%. And I think they were right above, I think it was Detroit, if I'm not mistaken. So that's interesting. I think it was Detroit. So, hey, it's early. Hey guys, it's not even May yet. So let's, pump the brakes on the Indians a little bit. We'll see what happens. And I honestly want to see let's see where they're at come Memorial Day. We'll see where they're at by the 4th of July. We'll see where they're at by Labor Day. Those are usually the markers for a baseball season. And also, I'm looking forward to Cleveland Browns OTAs, mini camp, and training camp. We will see the progression of the rehab of both Deshaun Watson and Nick Chubb, who are two of the most important pieces, I think, going into this season, as well as you didn't hear much about the tackles. You didn't hear much about Jed Wills. You didn't hear much about DeJuan Jones. You didn't hear much about Jack Conklin. Let's hear how their rehab is going because I think those guys are going to be important to have to keep Deshaun Watson healthy and to open up holes for Nick Chubb to run through. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. It is, again, an evening edition now of Burning River Browns Talk. I will be back tomorrow, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time, right here. I look forward to seeing you. Thank you for joining. Thank you for commenting. This is the Burning River Browns Talk. a Fanatical Elves Network show, which is a subsidiary of the Fans First Sports Network. Please like, share, follow. With a good night, go watch wrestling. Yeah, if you want to go watch wrestling, go ahead. Thank you, D. I have so many good friends on here. Hey, look, like I said, please like, share, follow, subscribe. Fanatical Elves. I will say this: we have a lot of great people covering great Browns content, and you can say what you want about Browns fans. You can question a lot of things about us, including our sanity, but you can never question our loyalty. Don't ever forget, whenever the river burns, it always burns brown and orange. Hey, Rebecca, thank you for commenting. I appreciate it. All right, you guys have a wonderful night.